Mufti, £500 at 16 to 1, the top horse.
But the top horse
well, having looked at them, John, I think this represents this horse just going in now, Glacial Storm, represents the best each way value for money. Anyway, they're all in now. Hand you over to Graham.
That's it, Clifton Chapel nearest to us. They've got a rise of 150 feet through the first 3 furlongs, and we expect Al Mulhal to go into the lead. It does so, but the pace isn't that strong. Maxud with it, both in the same ownership. Then behind these comes Project Manager on the inside. With the red cap is Al Mufti and the favourite settled mid-division. You want to be in about position 4 or 5 as you turn around Tottenham Corner, and it's Unforwain in the striped cap that's come through to share the lead with our pacemaker Al Mulhal. Maxud in the yellow cap on the outside of these, and behind them comes Project Manager. Wide of these is Glacial Storm, mid-division at this stage is Al Mufti. Behind these comes Doyoun, and after Doyoun races Charmer, then Minster Sun, with Kafar on the outside of it, and Sheriff Star Kahyasi behind that one, and the favourite Red Glow is last as they rest the rise at the top of the hill. And it's Al Mulhal just the leader. Al Mulhal the leader from Doyoun and Unforwain. These three line across the track. They pass the mile pole, and these are just ahead of Glacial Storm, who goes into 4th place. Behind this comes Al Mufti 5, and then comes Kahyasi being chased along. They're at the top of the hill, and it's Maxud with a yellow cap now come through on the inside of Unforwain in 2nd, with in 3rd place Glacial Storm. Behind these comes Project Manager running well on the inside. The favourite Red Glow is still last, and on the outside of Clifton Chapel as they pass the halfway point in the Eveready Derby. And it's Maxud next to the rails, Unforwain on the outside of it. Glacial Storm races 3 wide, back in 3rd place. Project Manager is 4. The favourite starts to make ground, but Panettone has chosen to come through on the inside. They pass the 5 furlong pole, and Maxud lead. Doyoun going well on the rails in behind in the green jacket, but it's Maxud from Unforwain in 2nd place, and now Unforwain goes on from Glacial Storm. They round Tottenham Corner, just over 3 furlongs to go in the derby, and Unforwain goes for home from Project Manager and Glacial Storm. The grey is on the wide outside, Sheriff Star. The favourite Red Glow doesn't get much of a run. He's got a lot of running to do. He's got a weave between horses, but he starts his run as Glacial Storm goes for home. Just over 2 furlongs to go, and Glacial Storm with a white cap. Kafar coming there strongly. Kahyasi on the outside. Doyoun next to the rails. Red Glow in behind them and making good ground. A furlong and a half to go in the most open derby as Glacial Storm with a white cap in the yellow colours. Kafar on the wide outside. Kahyasi starts to run. They're inside the final furlong, and it's Aga Khan 1 and 2 as Kahyasi goes on from Glacial Storm back in 2nd place. Glacial Storm really rallies, but it's Kahyasi who's going to hold on. But up the line, Kahyasi wins it. Glacial Storm 2nd, Doyoun 3rd, Red Glow and Unlucky 4, Kafar 5, then Unforwain 6 and Sheriff Star 7. Then in 8th place came Minster Sun, followed by Project Manager, then Al Mufti and Charmer, and then Clifton Chapel and Maxud and Al Mulhal. And so victory has gone to number 7, Kahyasi, owned and bred by the Aga Khan, trained at Newmarket by Luca Cumani. Luca's first winner of the Eveready Derby, ridden by Ray Cochrane, his first triumph in this classic, and in the 2nd colours of the Aga Khan. For there he gives a victory punch to the air, rightly so. Ray Cochrane has given this horse a tremendous ride, and race goers, well, they will remember these colours carried by Telyar and Bahrain, but these are the old colours of the Ali Khan. The 2nd colours today on Kahyasi, just pipping on the line, number 6 Glacial Storm, who's run a cracking race for Robert Sangster, trained at Marlborough by Barry Hills and ridden by his son Michael. The 3rd horse home is number 5, the Guinness winner Doyoun, owned by the Aga Khan, bred by him and ridden by Walter Swinburne. So the challenge from the Middle East failed with Unforwain, it failed with Maxud, it failed with Al Mufti and Al Mulhal, the pacemaker. The horse there, the jockey with the white cap, could never really assert. But Kahyasi has won at 11 to 1. Glacial Storm 2nd at 14 to 1. Doyoun 3rd at 9 to 1. That's the result in the Eveready Derby, and the bookmakers, for the most part, are just simply closing their odds.
And the post-mortems will concern the favourite, of course, who, as you can see there, could have done with a helicopter to lift him into a challenging position. But as they turn for home, Unforwain, his pacemaker, had done his job wonderfully, but here comes Glacial Storm to take it off him.
Yeah, he's run a blinder. Richard Hills has ridden him totally different, Michael Hills rather, ridden him totally differently today. Always had him up there in the first half a dozen, which has suited the horse. He's done nothing wrong. As you said, he's just taken over there. Kiefar's coming just to make his run there, but look, there's the winner, Kahyasi, just perfectly timed run by Ray Cochrane.
And unlike Pat Eddery, he has some daylight to operate on. Red Glow isn't going that badly, but he really never sees daylight. Maybe there's a gap between Unfull Wayne and Glacial Storm, but it's not much of one.
No, and to be perfectly fair, he's made up a bit of ground just to get into a challenging position, just through not having a good run in running, in actual fact, through nobody's fault of their own. But then Ray Cochrane's just come to challenge now, and I thought for a second Glacial Storm was going to go back at him, but Ray's got to the front, and there's no way he's going to let anyone come and beat him now. Great achievement, this, when you think he was riding over hurdles 5 years ago.
Tremendous.
Doyoun's ran a blinding race, I thought, to finish third.
Yes, Hope McCririck will be eating a few words over that. Doyoun coming through to finish third, just ahead of Red Glow and Kefar. There's a happy man.
Well, it's not very often you see him smiling, but Ray's got a smile for everybody there. He spends his life in the sauna, gives himself a very meagre diet, with Luca Kamani just behind him. And yet we've got another Derby winner who was bred and not bought. All the millions that have been spent this year. Distances were 1.5 lengths and the same.
And how delighted the Aga Khan must be with his 2,000 guineas winner, Doyoun, who ran on stoutly up the straight to finish third. 2 of the first 3 in the Derby was in keeping with his tremendous family tradition. Luca Kumani there getting congratulated by the Begum Aga Khan. There is Luca in the black top hat. What a tremendous achievement. This young Italian, a brilliant amateur rider himself. And since he came over here,